I can't necessarily think of anything crazy that I've done to really accumulate all this stuff. It's more been a process of searching and hunting down the perfect artists. What movie speaks to me? My name is Greg Palko. I collect horror movies and movie memorabilia. So when I was younger, I went to a video store with my sister in town, looking through the horror movies and looking at the box art and the covers and just spending basically hours because I love the artwork. There was a movie called Headless Eyes. This is it, and I wanted to buy this exact movie, right? Naive 15-year-old me brings it off the shelf, goes up front, and the guy wouldn't sell it to me because I was not 18 years old, and they cannot sell movies to a minor. That basically started my fuel for my horror obsession. The oldest piece in my current collection is probably the Jason Voorhees from Part 4 of Friday the 13th. I chose that as my first one because who isn't a Friday the 13th fan? Who doesn't want a Jason in their house? It doesn't matter if you're a horror collector or not, right? You can wear the hockey mask to scare who's ever over. The second piece I got was a Crite from the movie Critters. You've seen Critters, I'm sure. The 1980s little fur balls that would basically eat you alive or turn into a massive fur ball and roll over anything and consume it. That's a latex piece with resin eyes, acrylic eyes, resin teeth. They could either be made out of resin, out of silicone. Some of them are foam filled, some of them are just basically hollow. The David, which you can see back over there from the Lost Boys movie, that's a silicone piece, all hand punched hair. Many hours I'm sure were put into that one. It was not cheap. Look at the Leatherface over here, which is a latex piece, and probably about half the price, if not a quarter of the price of the silicone. The quality may not be as high, but it's still effective. I have a Blind Dead Templar, which I had custom made, and it's the only one on Earth. I'll take a tall man bust and basically chop that apart, build it with a mannequin, and make a full life-size tall man.
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
This is a minion from The Gate Part 2. It's a resin piece. Cage came with this one. And then behind me on the shelf is the original minion from the first Gate in the 80s film with Stephen Dorff. I've only sold, I think, maybe one or two out of the 15 plus years that I've been collecting busts, because maybe other people had them and it didn't feel special anymore or something. Or since I put so much time and effort into choosing which piece I want next for the collection, I don't think I can pick a favorite. I've been collecting movies for about 25 years, maybe a little bit longer, so it's a long process. But a lot of these movies you probably wouldn't be able to get anymore for cheap, so I can see people going through insane lengths right now to get them, but for me, it's a lot of them I bought a long time ago. So a good one to start with, if you're into 70s sleaze, would be Driller Killer. Somewhat rare big box tape, but if you're into punk rock and a guy with a battery pack and a drill killing people, then that's obviously up your alley, the Blind Dead films. These are the first two. There's The Tombs of the Blind Dead and Return of the Blind Dead. And that was the very first movie I ever saw without a happy ending. I went upstairs, my eyes did not close the entire night. That kind of also pushed me into the realm of horror, I would say. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a classic. Tobe Hooper wrote this. It's loosely based off of some real serial killers and whatnot, but this is definitely one that any horror hound or person looking to get into horror should definitely check out.
This is the movie that is just as real, just as terrifying as being there.
I don't think there's ever going to be an end goal with this collection. I mean, there was never really any kind of set goalpost to begin with. It was just doing something I really loved. There's no point in doing something half-assed if you really love it. So, I mean, I'm just going to keep collecting. I'm sure I'm going to run out of room. I almost am, but I'll find ways to insert more shelves on the ceiling or take over other rooms in the house without the girlfriend killing me.